People are like organizations. They are born, they grow, they mature, and then they go back. Why? And they die. Organizations are born, it grows, it matures. But what happens in the life of every individual, in the life of a nation, is this: that you start well, you go well, you start well, but when you come to this level of the apex, you plateau, and it's like we are not improving, you are not getting better, you are not getting better, you are just maintaining the organization, or you are just maintaining yourself, you haven't improved. And for you to continue the growth, there is something you must do in life. If you have to do something, you need to be able to say, what can I do now to still continue my growth pattern? Number one, what do I want to accomplish in life? If you have to move from this point up to your next level in life, you need to ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish in life? What is your dream? The organization is falling apart because people in the organization have not been developed. People in the organization have never added value to their leadership. They haven't added value to their growth. And the CEO is perhaps also not improving his life. People in the organizations are not improving their lives. Nobody is improving their lives, and they are maintaining the status quo. The biggest enemy to your success is success itself. Because once you get to this point in your life, you think you have arrived. As a pastor, you are having 400 members in your church. You are doing very well. They are praising you. And so you think you are successful. You have arrived. Eventually, you plateau. And this is what happens when people plateau. They have nothing new to give again. And if they are a leader, they don't come with fresh ideas. They don't come with fresh vision. They don't challenge the people again because they have nothing more to offer. And that is what we call in leadership, they start deteriorating. And when they start deteriorating, the organization begins to go down. Because if you want to measure the temperature of the organization, put the thermometer under the armpit of the leader. The reading will determine the temperature of the organization. Number two question you must ask: who do I need if you want to move on to the next level? This place is what we call the changing point, changing section, or what we call turnaround. In organization, that's the turnaround. Otherwise, the organization will go down the drain. You can remember, State Fishing Corporation is gone. Black Star Line is gone. Ghana Airways is gone. Akasanumar is gone. Sanyovi is gone. How come? They got to that apex of their life and they didn't do anything about change. They didn't do anything. They were not prepared for success. They were not prepared for breakthrough. They were not prepared to move on to the next phase of their lives. So the next question you must ask yourself: who do I need? When you are able to answer these questions, it will move you to the next stage, question 3. Where can I go for information? Now, perhaps I would like to do my second degree in a particular program. So where do I go for information? Which organization can I contact? Where can I learn and read much more about the things that I want to do? Remember, it has to do about your dream. It has to do with your vision. Question number 4. What do I need to read? What are the materials I need to read that will inform me, that will prepare me for the next level of my life? If you're a leader, what do you need to read to improve in this period of this pandemic, where businesses are going to change, where workers are now going to lose their jobs because they must develop new skills and new abilities? The question is, what do you need to read to prepare you for in this unpredictable environment? Okay? Prayers alone is not going to solve it. You are praying and you are fasting. But the question is, what do you have to do to move on to the next level? You want to marry, you are 35 years or 30, you are in your 30s. You are praying, but you are not going out there. So what do you need to do to get yourself ready to be marketable? Question number 5. Who should I associate with? If you want to be successful, you must find the kind of people you must associate with. Who should I associate with? So these are the questions. When you are able to answer them, is preparing you for your next level. Question number 6. How long should it take? Time factor. How long am I going to use to prepare myself for this breakthrough? How long am I going to use to prepare myself so that my net will no more break? How prepared as a pastor are you preparing your small groups so that should there be a major lockdown or a problem, you can still run church successfully in the home? As a man, if you want to move on to your next level, how long is it going to take you to prepare yourself as a woman if you want to connect yourself and you want to marry? How long? Question number 7. How much is it going to cost? So cost is not the number one. The important thing in life is, where am I going? What do I want to do? That is the most important thing. But unfortunately, too many people always look at the cost first, so they cannot achieve their dream. Oh, this is too much expensive, so I can't make it. It's too much expensive, I cannot go for it. No, the cost must be the 7th A point for discussions, because when you now know what you want to do, you find the cost, and then you will be able to find out how do you get it done. Question number 8. What courses should I take to move on to my next level? What materials do I have to read? George Oponwia, typical great footballer. When he finished his football career, he had a dream to run for president. And people were laughing at him. People make mockery of him. How can a footballer be a president? But you know what he did? He went back to school because he only completed secondary school. So he went back and he did his first degree in public administration. Then he went on and did his master's program in public administration again, and in politics and public administration. You know what he did? He redefined himself. He repackaged himself from a footballer to a public person. So he educated himself. What courses should I take? He went to take courses in public administration. He did his master's degree in public administration. So he came back and he said, I'm not just a footballer, but now I hold a second degree, a master's degree in public administration. So I understand public administration. I understand public policies. I understand how government runs. And then he relabeled himself, he repackaged himself, and he ran for the presidency. And guess what? He achieved his dream. So when you know where you are going, you need to repackage yourself. When you know where you are going, you need to redesign yourself. When you know where you are going, you need to find out, what do I do to get there? Otherwise, when you get to this plateau, when you get to this apex of your life, you have done very, very well. You have 200 congregation. But the question is that, how do you move from the 200 to the 400? And you are too much satisfied here, you will begin to fall apart. Question number 9. Where can I get the experience? This is where you need to connect with people who have been able to do well in that particular field. So how can I connect? How do I get the experience? There are people out there who will be able to connect with you. Then question number 10. What do I have? Peter had a net. So that cannot be an excuse. 5,000 people had gathered to hear Jesus Christ. And as a matter of fact, they said only 5,000 men. If you count the women, most of the women always outnumber the men. Therefore, if 5,000 men, then it presupposes we have rough estimate of 10,000 women. And then the women will send their children. So let us just peg the children to be about 5,000 also. So 5,000 men, 10,000 women, that is 15,000, with about 2,000 children. That would be about 17,000 or 20,000. Now, when Jesus said, give them food to eat, the disciples asked one question: where can we get food enough for them? Philip said, we have just 5 loaves and 2 bread. And then he said, but what is that to many people here? Almost 20,000. And Jesus said, bring me the 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Guess what? He asked, what do you have? You must always have something that can take you to your next level. If you don't have anything, nothing will take you to your next level. You must have something that we call potential, ability. Look within yourself. To every problem, there is a solution within. In the Acts of the Apostles, when they started in Acts chapter 2, here, Acts chapter 2, they started with 120 people. Okay? They started with just 120, and they were doing so well. But then on the day of Pentecost, bam, 2,000 people were born again on the day of Pentecost. By Acts chapter 3, they were running 3,000. When they got to Acts chapter 5, they were no more running 3,000, but now about 6,000 congregation. And unfortunately, the disciples had never prepared for breakthrough. The disciples had not prepared themselves for such level of growth. So now there was complaining, murmuring. That is why when they said, when you plateau, people are dissatisfied about what is going on. Peter and the disciples had to redefine their mission and their purpose. And they said, it is not good that we should serve tables. Let us now look for men who are capable to serve tables, so that we will give ourselves to the reading of the word, fasting and prayer, and the anointing of the Lord. So they redefine themselves here. And when they redefine and they package themselves, now they got people to take care of other matters, and now the church was ready for bigger explosion. So now they moved from Jerusalem to Judea, Samaria, and to the rest of the world. Why? Because they redesigned themselves.